the correct sizing.
What you should do is buy the entire device, because the rod assembly alone is 80% of the cost of a new device.
Okay.
That's it. Keep it simple.
The crossbars.
Mm-hmm.
So I can reuse that one. It looks like.
But do you have the pivot case?
What is the pivot case? Let me see what that is. Hold on.
So if you got a panel on the door, then they've removed the head assembly from the pivot side of the door, I would imagine. So you would need...
Just to make sure, it says door width 48 inches.
So the way that works is the length of the rod is so long that it can accommodate doors for sure 4 foot wide. It is standard, normal, required that you get those head cases put on. Then you measure how, well, you don't kind of do it that way, but you get the head cases positioned. You then measure how long you need that crossbar, and then you whack it off with your chop saw. That's how that is.
I got you.
There's only one
so I'm going to have to cut it,
length. Yeah. You always have to cut it. Unless your door was like 54-inch wide, then you wouldn't have to cut it.
Yeah, weird. Like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this paddle that they installed on the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to need a clearance for the rod to go through. So I don't know how I'm going to cover that hole, because I'm going to have to remove the striking plate and the other portion of it. I don't know how I'm going to cover that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, something can be fabricated, or something is going to ultimately be available to blank that off. Is there a latch is there a latch in the edge of the door right now?
A latch? Hold on. Let me open it. Latch.
Or is it? Yeah, I mean, they do.
I can send you a picture.
Yeah. So definitely tell me your. Okay. So I did see your photographs, and the issue is when you take that panel off, you're going to be left with those holes, and there's probably going to be 3 for sure. And the issue is there's going to be like a 1/4-20 where the mounting stud goes into the aluminum. You could probably get a black bolt and drill and tap it and just fill that with a bolt. The problem is the other hole. Actually, I can tell you what it is. So that's an Adams Rite 4590. Let's see what that template says. Yeah, 4590.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No
okay.
problem.
So I'm pulling up the Adams Rite 4590 template right now. I want to see what that larger hole is going to be. 4590 template, Adams Rite. Yes, installation and templates. All right, so yeah, you're gonna have 3 holes on that side. You're gonna have a couple that are gonna be almost 5/16, but then you're gonna have a bigger one where the cam plug goes through, and that sucker is 1.25 inches. So you will have to if first of all, I could certainly make you the world's smallest push plates. Piece of aluminum, dark bronze, 4 screw holes, boom, that can be made. Or, you're going to have to come up with something to cover those holes. The edge, you're going to probably need to come up with a plate for that as well. How are you going to get in?
Well, I have it has the key in the bottom. It was already, this had the 1085. So I already have the, what is that called? The mortise lock?
Cylinder, yeah.
The cylinder's still in there. Still there. On the bottom, it's where it's supposed to be positioned.
And it's probably on a rectangular mounting pad.
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Obviously, it's going to be pulling that stuff out. You may or may not be able to leave the edges of the door empty, those cavities empty. We're Rockwood, Ives, Trimco, on and on, Burns, other flat goods manufacturers. If you sent me a sketch, I can have them make you just 1/8-inch thick plates or 50 thousandths plates. If you get into trouble in terms of finding something to go on there. But yeah, you're going to have to blank them off, no doubt.
Yeah. Okay.